Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was the canal and the Purton swing bridge just opening to let through some pleasure craft for the day. We're in a little village called Purton, and I've come here because I'm trying to track down the ship graveyard, as it's called. Now, off the top of my head I can't remember, but I believe this is a collection of concrete, Millie, this way, of concrete barges. And I do remember this briefly from the TV, but I would need to look up the specific history of it. So yeah, we'll just have a little wander down. This wasn't on the plan, but why not? Why not? We're ahead of time. It's a lovely day, but I think this is going to be my last outing of the day because my feet are starting to... There's the Gloucester and Sheerness Canal. So there was a big dock down in Sheerness, obviously. And I'm assuming from Sheerness you can catch little sort of day cruises out, maybe. Let's hurry, see if we can catch this boat going past. Beautiful farmhouse just being redone. Can you imagine owning that on the edge of this? And to cover that, you have a World War II pillbox in the front of your garden. How cool would that be? I would absolutely love that. I would definitely be making a feature out of that. Perhaps putting some windows on it, opening it up a bit. But then again, that is reinforced concrete, so I'd imagine it'd take a lot of work and some big ass saws to do that. But yeah, you've got like massive amounts of land at the back here. Lovely great big shed for all my vehicles. I say all my vehicles. If I owned somewhere like this, I would end up getting more vehicles, and you know it, don't you, Mrs. B? So off we go now, a little path. There's two paths. One runs alongside, obviously, the canal. It goes to Sharp Ness, and this one kind of runs to the side of the estuary. It's a little overgrown, it's a little bumpy, so yeah, perhaps not as well used. So onwards. Come here, come here. And there's our first barge. We're not going to go down there because it's on mud flats, and they're exceptionally dangerous, so we'll view it from up here on the grass banking for the time being. Millie, stay. So these little spikes in the ground, bits of iron, are all that left. This is the Ada, built in 1859 and then beached in 1956, so nearly 100 years. That'd be more than 100 years. No, it'd be 100 years. 100 years that this has been here. Or was in use before it was decided it was no longer of use. I mean, that's just absolutely staggering. And you can see there are bits of boat in the hedgerow pier as well. So obviously they were brought in some ways, but I think as well that the tide was all the way back here. I'm sure I've read or watched a documentary on these that the coastline was rapidly eroding, and it was going to basically collapse the canal, which is on our left. And so a lot of these old boats were brought here at the behest of maybe the local government, in order to try and prevent that collapse. Absolutely staggering. And obviously the coastline was sort of here where I'm stood, and now you can see that the coastline is there. So quite some difference. I think we've reached maybe the last of them. And one last big one behind a little... Why is this one behind a little fence, I wonder? This is the Harriet. Built Honey Street, wherever that is, 1905 until 1964.